Jim Shelley.
Things are just going great.
Oh, I know what
School's out, we got all the junk picked up.
the city of Sac City, the things that are brought to the recycling center that can't be recycled were brought there by mistake. The city of Sac City hauls those out to the landfill. And then I guess at the council meeting last night, some of the councilmen wonder why that should be their expense. Now, I don't know, you would have a better idea what percentage of that stuff comes from the city of Sac City and what percentage of it comes from outside the city of Sac City.
Where is it their expense? They charge me so much money a month to pick up my garbage. So they have money. I'm no different than any other.
But don't we,
in Sac City.
don't we get credited with that extra going to the landfill? It shows up as us being one of the major contributors out there, and we actually aren't.
It adds to your tonnage.
It would be scaled on their trucks, so the tonnage records.
Yeah.
Records show that that's what we're wondering if that's actually costing us more money, because it should be costing us more money, but it shouldn't be. Could not those trucks be singled out separately as we take money? I understand we do, what, 2 a day some days?
Where am I?
Of the center?
You service us twice a week. We usually have a,
Told 2 or 3.
well, I'm
I don't want
I'm
to.
here, I know what's going on. If the people don't know what's going on, they need to come up and find out. You used to have a scale that doesn't work on your truck, so we knew what our refuge was, and it no longer works. If there's a way you would like to go and weigh your truck before you come up and service us and take it down the way, so we got a ticket, then maybe we can work out something between what your service charge for that is and what you think the differential of the refuge coming off of your town versus the other towns is, you know? So we would know what the wastage is, and maybe we can proportion out how much is generated from the drop boxes in Sac City that accommodate most of the people in Sac City when they don't set their stuff out.
And also the county. Quite a bit of farmers come in to drop off.
Yes, we have stuff. What they bring in, other than now, the weekend is where you're going to see the stuff. And we've been able to identify a lot of it coming from individuals or people that have businesses in Sac City. And I'm not going to defend one bunch of people over other, but if you show me a system that'll work, I think we can probably come up with something that we can charge each one of these towns a proportional amount for that. I would probably have some issues when Wall Lake would be sent a charge, because they do a very efficient job of bringing their stuff in, and there's no garbage whatsoever in their stuff. And they really go.
Do they go through it down in all like this, or the people themselves are doing it?
When they bring their stuff up from Wall Lake, that's just totally clean. When your route people bring their stuff in, 90% of that's always clean. Commercial one, they bring in, there's some stuff occasionally in that. But what Rudd brings in occasionally, people throw, look, you guys all in unit basket, right? That means when you set out 3 bags, you're going to get charged for 3 bags. So now, if I set out 2 bags here and stuff inside of some recyclables, we've gained the guy with a bag, but the recycling center, then we got the stuff, and there's some people that have figured that system out already.
Would you mind meeting with Adam and myself on the council? Because he's asking why this.
But what additional cost would the city be having?
Well, the percentages that we come up with at the end of the year is showing us quite high.
But it's no direct
Doesn't
cost.
cost you anything. That's what he's asking.
You know, your charge, you know, the trucks charge by the ton, you know, when you dump out of the landfill, but you're also charging them for a pickup service to pay for that.
And the pickup service is based on, pickup service fee is based on what you generate. They have a if I understand this correctly, a minimum that takes care of your crew stopping to pick it up. The additional is based on what your generation is, well, that's how your formula comes out, is how much you charge each customer.
The number of dumpsters they're picking
By
up.
the number of dumpsters or whatever extra handling they have to do. They got, okay, any one of you people that said here, I got a $15 a month charge just to have to drive by. Then whatever, it's not 15, it's more than that because we're paying $100 and some dollars a month for it.
The waste management, you know, in managing your waste, if you were tracking, if Sac City is tracking tonnages generated in Sac City, you know, and if that tonnage was showing up against Sac City, that would be the only thing.
Well, see, they're, I guess they are in retrospect tracking it because the people at landfill know exactly how much comes from Sac City.
Right.
So,
But your dumpsters are going to be in that.
yes, and what they're saying is there a possibility because the stuff that comes from all the county comes into there?
Right.
Okay, now, is it all clean and just accept the stuff that might be from Sac City in the drop boxes and who dropped it off? I don't really think we have a problem that has increased your tonnage any. I think probably if anything, because we accept more things, has probably reduced it. Because now we can accept a lot more things in a commingle like the news and the magazines and the such and all that in one thing. But I will grant you, each one of these towns needs to be aware, when you went to this unit-based price situation, a good way to hide my waste out of my house is stick it in the recyclable stuff if there's something possible. But most of the general pickup people, the city people that are hired, if the towns that have it, don't pick up a lot of garbage. Rudd is a contractor, doesn't have time, and he'll tell you, and I don't just totally disagree with it. He's going to pick up what's set out there as claiming it's recyclable. They used to go to early and they would set aside the stuff that wasn't. A lot of people complained and bitched and hollered. The city became involved in it because Rudd has, he is a hard guy. Through earlies, they would send out notices to people, please be aware, because Rudd would then identify those people. And please be aware that so-and-so is setting out garbage and trying to mix it with others, and we set it back on the curb, and if somebody gets upset, this is what happens. Because when you hire contractors, they haven't got a good way of dealing with your city residents as your town council does, because you can go one-on-one with them. You get the other guy in the mix, then it gets confusing, and then they're upset about something. But that's unit price base. This is what was one of the downfalls of this when they brought this all up. If there's two ways of distributing your waste,
Well, basically, are most of the cities using clear bags or unbagged canisters or containers for their recyclables?
I don't know.
The intent of the unit-based pricing was that any of your materials that are being set up recyclable, you're either using clear bags for that or you're using just the garbage can, open, no bag, so that the person picking up the recyclables can see if there's garbage being thrown in there.
See, we're using those open containers,
Okay.
so they can actually look right into and see what's
Or there's curbside recycling.
And that's going to be,
curbside, you're right.
that's going to be an
That's the key word.
issue. All communities that are, on unit-based pricing